First of all, it should be concerning to the states. I agree with Bill and Jeremy that the window of opportunity to regulate online casino or iGaming, whatever you may want to call it, will inevitably shut. At the same time, though trying to contradict myself, what better motivation driver as a state you would want to have to finally go and regulate online casino? In light of the advent and rise of prediction markets, and now the sweeps, and of course, as a sidebar, that in my book's been the biggest difference between sweeps and prediction markets. Prediction markets got themselves regulated. Some folks think that's controversial, but the fact is that they are regulated. The sweeps, until recently, had been ferociously opposed to it. And now the sweeps need to pivot, whereas prediction markets will carry on doing their own thing. And as Bill said, they might start eating into the space and taking oxygen out of what used to be the ecosystem of sweeps, and also at the same time the more traditional online gambling industry. To address your question about responsible gambling, 2 points. One, I do believe, and you may have seen that Kalshi, whatever we might think, with all due respect about the NCPG these days, they've partnered up the NCPG, which would appear to be a step in the right direction as long as it's backed up by substance. But that's not the point. The point is that, in my view, they would be smart to, albeit gradually, as in the prediction markets platforms, they would be smart to step up their efforts to protect their customers. Because customers will not put up with just about everything. They will not. So it's part of that transition, future transition from within the current golden era to a market that most likely will still be very robust and solid and ideally stable. Let's see how it pans out politically, but will be subject to more stringent rules. My view. Folks out there may feel free to disagree. Because at the same time, and I will point out one final critical difference, again, my interpretation between the more traditional world of sports betting and the world of trading or financial services. Even legally speaking, there's a higher level of risk built into any investment contract. So when you get to here, and I'm not necessarily defending it, again, I'm trying to state a fact, a legal fact. When you get to hear the likes of Kalshi Polymarket saying, well, a lot of this is on the customer himself or herself. I would suggest this is where they're coming from. So long story short, and that's the message I'm trying to convey, I'd be looking for a middle ground that would, of course, afford customers, be the customers of the traditional space or prediction markets ecosystem, a high level of protection, including all the information and tools they need to protect themselves, but they will need to be playing, as in the customers, the clients, the punters, they will need to be playing a role themselves.